and it's called I Am My Roots. At first, I was from the motherland. Frijoles con queso y bolillo raised me. Corn tortillas kept me alive. I'm from where the eagle perched on nopales, green as the mountains the Aztecs called home, white as jicama con chile and limon, red as the blood of my indigenous mothers. I came from maternal abuelos raising me as their own for 2 years. From pan dulce that sweetened the days I mourned the absence of my parents. I came from el temblor del 85 that shook all the fear out of me. From my weekly shots recommended for my fragile anemic body at 4. From my first crush on the neighbor across the street. From my life on techos and macetas hanging in my grandmother's jardín. I left custom-made baby clothes bought with my mother's work in a tortilleria, for lightly used clothes given to my father by his co-workers, traded homemade sopes for cheeseburgers made the American way. Santa Ana raised me for a few years, taught me English, but my mother never let me forget my first language, so I kept the Mexican accent cemented on my tongue. Tustin became my 4th and 5th home. Here, I quickly learned my differences when a white boy used a rock to split my head open. What are you? Where are you from? Became questions I could not answer, even when I felt the drips of blood from my wound. I was raised in a city translated from the meadows, Las Vegas blazing desert summers. The rays of the sun seep deep into my skin each day, browning more. Red rocks became my playground. I wore a cap and gown for the first time in my lineage, repeated again 6 years later. Destiny called. I have never dug a hole deep enough to hold my roots in place. Until now, I've only encountered malnourished soil too soft to hold them down. My 18-year-old sister helped me drive my green Ford SUV back east near the Potomac River. Military base and Pentagon were my backyard. The Smithsonian offering free history at my fingertips. Hardly any history was mine. None of the apartments that I lived in could hold enough of my sadness, so it overpoured into the streets. Made it to my work desk where I embraced my passion for healthcare. I learned to travel, took myself on road trips to escape the isolation, got my first passport, planned trips, made a list of places I wanted to go, then packed my tiny car and watched it get shipped back west. I arrived in the city of angels on March 10th, 2014, with broken heart but more hope. I learned to become a master, cap and gown now becoming a legacy. Unpacked years of trauma became my true self, learned my way around the freeways and the neighborhoods, made significant friendships. I still struggle with calling any place home, pack, unpack, repack, live out of boxes, survive with the lessons from when this journey began. I am temporary, like how my spirit lives in this body, temporary. I claim no hood. Like my ancestors, I settle where I can find a warm place to sleep and enough nourishment to guide me through this passage. I am not local. I am seeds in the winds, leaving trees and flowers that eventually turn into beautiful fields near unplanned rest stops along the roads. I am of this world. I am from this earth. Thank you.